you don't have to throw away everything you're doing to start moving towards a play-based learning approach. Today, I'm going to share 5 simple steps to help you weave more curiosity and play into your program, even if you're used to planning around themes or more structured activities. Hey there, I'm Veronica Green, an early childhood consultant who helps educators confidently educate with curiosity and creativity. And I'm here to help you simplify planning, understand behaviors, and build strong relationships all through the magic of loose parts. If you've ever felt curious about child-led learning, but worried about meeting curriculum goals, managing mess, or just not knowing where to start, you're in the right place. Let's dive into 5 simple steps you can begin using today. Step 1 is start with curiosity, not perfection. One of the biggest fears educators have is, how will I meet curriculum goals if I shift to more play-based learning? The truth is, you can meet expectations through play. It's about expanding possibilities, not erasing structure. For example, in a guest blog post that I wrote for pre-K printables, I shared how you can begin by extending structured printable activities with more open-ended material. You don't have to change everything overnight. You can start by adding small sparks of curiosity to what you're already doing. Step 2 is introduce open-ended material. A lot of educators worry, where do I even start? And do I need tons of new materials? Start small. Here's an example from that same blog. I combined printable matching cards with loose parts like stones, leaves, and wooden items. It keeps the learning outcomes visible, but it also invited sensory exploration, problem solving, and creativity. If you'd like a list of these easy, inexpensive materials to start with and ideas for simple setups, I've created a free loose parts play starter guide just for you. You can grab it in the link below. Step 3 is to set up invitations as communication. Another common fear is, what if kids don't know what to do without instructions? This is where invitations to play really shine. An invitation is a way of communicating possibilities to children without speaking, through the setup of materials, the arrangement, the beauty of the space. So for example, I once created a simple setup with colorful bear counters in a big bowl, matching tweezers, and small bowls in the same colors. The setup hinted at sorting and categorizing, but it didn't tell the children how to explore. Some sorted, some built towers, and some made up entire stories about the bears. Through the materials, we invite, but the children choose the path. So I'd love to hear, have you ever set up an invitation to play before? Or if you're brand new to it, what's one material you think would be fun to explore first? Step 4 is watch, wonder, and reflect. So once you've set up an invitation, you might wonder, now what's my role? So your role starts to shift from directing to observing, wondering, and supporting. You can use a simple way of thinking to guide yourself. For example, I notice, and you can write down anything. I wonder, you write down what you wonder. And then it reminds me of. Lastly, what open-ended material might I add next? So these quiet reflections help you tune into children's thinking and creativity without stepping in to lead or correct. Over time, you'll see learning unfolds in ways you could not plan for, and that's where the magic happens. Step 5 is to celebrate all of the small wins. A child stacking stones or telling a story about colored bears is a huge developmental moment. And for you, small wins might look like feeling curious instead of frustrated when a play invitation goes differently than you might have imagined or what you saw on Pinterest. Noticing a child's idea grow, even if you didn't plan for it. Every one of these moments is a step closer to building a rich, play-based learning environment where everyone is learning together. If you're ready to start adding more open-ended play into your environment, don't forget to download the free guide, Loose Parts Play. It's filled with simple ideas to help you get started without feeling overwhelmed. You'll find the link below this video. And if you're curious about some of the biggest myths that hold educators back from embracing play-based learning, check out my next video, 5 myths about play-based learning and what's actually true.